final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to one of the most beautiful campuses in the country, Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and home to the Red Hawks. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Ball State Cardinals, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Miami, Ohio Red Hawks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Cardinals will kick it away to start us off. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Red Hawks offense will get the first crack at it here. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
Wants to throw. It's Finn. Quickly out to the tight end.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Finding open areas. He's loose on the right. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Red Hawks with the 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time.
There he goes. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. And the Red Hawks are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Perry. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinals offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Let's talk for a second about Ball State. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a three-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Kelly. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it. Converts on fourth down, still going. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike.
Turning it on! Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Kelly. They'll run the screen. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Looking for room. It's Horton. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still... To cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Snap from the gun on third down. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Spins away from the defender. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position that
breaks into the open. Touchdown, Redhawks. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Pulls it in. It's Robinson. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Kelly. Pucks it out of the air.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
He's brought down at the 45-yard line. Good enough for a first down.
Okay, ready? We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. Pick up a 5, it'll be 3rd down and 5. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to throw, it's Finn. Finds his big tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Redhawks are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is snuffed out, greeted by... of defenders.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Finds the tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep...
There he goes! Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Redhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quickly complete. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Miami, Ohio, 17. Ball State, 14.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ball State takes over the football and the Cardinal offense headed out. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. This offense has it with really good field position. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Takes it the other way. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Red Hawks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Snap it to the back. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. And the Red Hawks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Finn. Pressure coming. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Absolutely perfect. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going.
Turning it on! He's all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to scramble. Fires on the move. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Kelly. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Gonna look downfield again. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quick completion on the out. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Using the quick game. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the the pickup, and this offense is threatening. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Red Hawks have it with a 1st and 10. Makes the grab on the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Looking downfield, it's Finn. Gets it out quickly. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Using the receiver on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. It's our forced to settle for the field goal. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got 1 drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start.
Breaks into the open. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Gain of 12.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Gain of 18. 1st down for the offense.
Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air, it's Kelly. Fires to the right. Got his man all by himself. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up 1st and goal. Got his man. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They just keep firing. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Good job by the defense.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Steps away. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To throw, it's Finn. Get it out on the screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went with the running game on first down, now back at it. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Red Hawks send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Here's the pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads it left. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Cardinals decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Red Hawks offense heads to the field. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position. Grabbed over the middle. It's Reynolds. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks!
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Ball State, 21.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the tailback. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Fires to the tight end. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Looking to pass. It's Kelly. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. The Miami, Ohio offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The sure hands, it's Perry. Trying to take it back. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Red Hawks are in the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric one has him set up. And the Red Hawks have it in scoring position on first and goal. Power ahead. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more aggressive I'm going to become. I'm going to take away the quick, easy stuff, and I'm going to blitz and bring pressure and put him on the quarterback and get him on the ground like you did right there.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. So the first step of that was fine. They made the pass and catch, but no yards, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, I don't know if they were anticipating pressure on that play. They just want to get it out of the hands of the quarterback quickly, but whatever they were thinking did not work.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
That's caught. It's Weatherly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Back to throw. It's Kelly. Bringing the heat. Makes the catch. It's Weatherly. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
They'll move the wide receiver to the air on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Got a man. It's Weatherly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's a bang-bang play, running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit.
And here's the third interception of the night. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Rides the back on the option to give. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a gap. It's Brunson. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The Red Hawks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Snagged in the middle. It's Perry. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give on the option. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Finn. Unleashes to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On the run deep down the right side. Makes the grab deep. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Weatherly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Weatherly. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
This time he's got his man. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That'll do it here in the quarter, guys, and Miami, Ohio has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a third down play. Back to pass, it's Kelly. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Here's a heat. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
There's a great example of the quarterback bailing out his head coach on a gamble. 4th and short in the red zone. A lot of people thinking just take 3 points, but QB himself knows it.
Going for the goal line. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. They'll try to pass their way in. Touchdown, Ball State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They march 78 yards down the field. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Reynolds. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll see what this Redhawks offense can get done this time. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches. I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Finn. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
And first down for the offense.
Caught behind the line. It's Perry. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Miami. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, quarterback had exactly what he wanted there. He had his big fella work in the middle of the field. You thought that was going to be an easy pitch and catch? Not so much. That's a mental error by the tight end. They got to clean that up.
Gets it out to the 21, and that's not enough to move the chains. It'll be 4th down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this. That last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
And the Cardinals will have it 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Webster. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their head start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. Little missed opportunity there for this offense.
That's caught. It's Jackson. Still running at the 40. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry.
And the defense got him at the 27.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
The Cardinals have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Kelly. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Absolutely perfect. They're hanging around here. Leads down to 12.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Looking for blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Miami, Ohio has it back. The Red Hawks offense heads to the field. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. The clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Leaves it with the running back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back to back.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They punt it away on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Finds him out of the backfield. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium's expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight.
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. I'm sure they would have liked to have locked up a bowl trip much earlier in the season, but in this particular case, what does bowl eligibility mean for the offseason?
Well, it means 15 extra practices at the bowl game to develop young players. Getting to a bowl game helps your recruiting. It's going to help in the portal, and all of a sudden people are going to get a lot more excited for what's coming next season, David.
Yeah, and I think this squad, I don't think they're excited about the practices necessarily, but a lot of these seniors that have been around, man, they get another dance. They get a chance to play another football game, make some more memories with their boys, so this is a big win today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.